I just had Tom Howard come in here and say, "Hey, I don't, I, I don't think it was really Tom." So, let's go. Hello. Hello.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello. Yes, I can hear you. Hello. How are you?
Hello. Good. All right. How are you doing?
Really fantastic. Almost too good. I'm on vacation, man. I've got the surge in me, the White Claw surge. My limit's 3. As long as I don't go over 3, I think I'm okay.
You won't pay the price?
I'll pay the price after 3. Well, that's my theory.
Yeah.
We'll see tomorrow morning. I think if I cut it off now, because I just finished my 3rd one, like I think I might be okay. So I can get up early, actually do something productive, which I have not done anything productive since I've been on vacation. Now, I mean, I've been productive for my cats, help them out, clean up after them, went out, get them food and all that stuff. But as far as myself, besides like going out and getting food for myself too, I've just been playing video games, and I have no regrets.
Hey, you're on vacation, man.
You're goddamn right. I'm on vacation. And if anyone has a problem with me playing video games, they can eat a big old bowl of shit. Thank you. That's all.
There you go.
I'm sorry. That was not necessary. How you doing? What's you got you got challenges to do? You want anything you want to jump in?
Yeah, I gotta do challenges. I gotta get semi-auto kills. Or wait a second. It says 50 eliminations using semi-auto weapons.
Yes.
What does that mean? You have to have it set to semi-auto, obviously. Right?
I mean, I think it might have to be. I'm not sure. You may be able to test this out because there's a lot of automatic weapons you can set to semi-auto. It may have to be on a weapon that is primarily semi-auto, like a marksman, sniper.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, the match I just ran, I was using the marksman SWAT 5.56, and I only got one semi-auto kill the whole match, which didn't make any sense.
Is it just kills?
How would I have gotten one?
Is it on burst?
Yeah.
Take it off burst.
Take it off burst.
It's got to be on semi-auto. Burst is not semi-auto.
Right.
So I mean, actually,
Okay,
I
I'll
wouldn't
give
even
that a
put like a
try.
burst weapon on. I would just, I mean, unless it's primarily, I mean, to be safe, unless it's
Yeah, yeah.
primarily a semi-auto, unless that's like unless that you have an option to go to burst, but the primary semi-auto, like, I would go with that just to be safe to get through the challenge. That or like
All
sniper.
right. I gotta get 50 though.
50
50
for a
kills.
daily
I
challenge.
think.
50?
Oh wait. Let me look. Oh hell. Wait. Yeah. 50 eliminations using semi-auto weapons.
Semi.
50.
I mean,
Right?
have you unlocked and or looked at the Goblin Mark II? It is an assault rifle.
Not yet.
Do you have access to
Did I
it?
do that?
It is semi-auto.
Let me check.
And it is fantastic.
Yeah, I do.
Try
Do have
that out. Try it
access
out.
to that.
And if you got to get 50,
Right.
do a little grinding on that gun to level. Because have you not leveled it yet? Is it still at 1?
Yeah, it's at 1.
Good. It's a great gun. It's semi-auto. You get the challenge done, and you'll fall in love. I'm looking at my Goblin right now with its diamond camo on it. My favorite assault weapon by far. In fact, I'm gonna run Goblin right now in solidarity with you. Yeah.
All right.
You good with that?
Good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I like it better than the Type 63 from Cold War, which was up until this point my favorite gun, and this is overtaking it.
Yeah.
This is better.
Damn.
Yeah. Semi-auto, like finger spamming, get shots off as fast as possible, murder machine. And I love it.
Nice.
And I'm like really scared.
Right.
Really scared they're gonna nerf it. Super scared. And I hope they never do, but I'm waiting for that Ace video where he's like to the Goblin Mark II. Or is it Mark II or Mark? I have to get this straight.
Okay.
If they do it, if they mess this gun up, because I mean, in my opinion, with the semi-auto, it takes like a little bit more skill than like a full auto, but still, it's powerful.
All right. Can't wait.
Love it. If I could marry it, I would. Me and the Goblin Mark II, just walking down that aisle, carrying it over the door, the threshold. Is that what they say?
Yeah. Go on a honeymoon where you just rob banks.
That'd be beautiful. I do miss playing the versus bot and stuff. Like if you ever wanted to play like
Team death.
versus.
All targets
came back.
Oh my god. Okay. If you ever wanted to play like DMZ style game, would you just want to jump back into DMZ or would you want to try something else?
Enemy target eliminated.
I mean, I've always had a kind of an interest in going back to DMZ, but why is there something else out there that's
There's a lot of stuff out there.
really good or something?
Like, or at least like just like stuff that's kind of the same concept but just different, you know, and might have more people playing, stuff like that. But I understand like just wanting to do DMZ. If you ever want to jump back into DMZ, I would definitely do it. It's on you. I'm not gonna. I'm never gonna suggest it. It's gonna be on you.
Oh, okay. I just know how like getting back into the swing of things with that game is going to be fucking real hard.
A little bit, but I do like I like the extraction. You know, like trying to get out of there on the chopper. And
Yeah.
to fight other people off.
Right. That's fun.
Super fun, and like I like fighting like, you know, fake enemies. That was always pretty fun, pretty challenging. Sometimes they'd be pretty good at range. And like going into like strongholds, taking them out. That's always a good time. But like if you put it on me, like to play something like that, I would put us into something.
Kill confirmed.
I would want. I mean the
I get the last
Warhammer
word.
40,000 Dark Tide. It's kind of that. It's not like you don't fly in. It's like you go underground in depths of areas that are like, you know, overran by demons and whatnot. And you just go down there, wipe out the demons, or do whatever kind of mission you gotta do, and then get out. You know, it's like that kind of stuff. It's kind of it's the same kind of idea. Where it's like you go in, you do your thing, you get out, survive. You know, and like there's a lot of games like that. It's basically like there's like games like this. In my opinion, there's games like this, then games like that. And DMZ is basically like the other. Basically, I mean, but it still has the factor of playing like against other players that aren't explicitly extraction games. Like you're pretty much only going to be fighting bots.
Right.
Eyes on enemy.
You're going to be fighting monsters and, you know, whatever kind of bosses and shit like that. Like bosses are like, because just, you know, like the chemist and shit like that. That's like
Using
kind of the main
scout pulse.
thing about those kind of games is like fighting a boss, taking a boss down and getting out of there.
Enemy mover spotted.
Yeah, we should probably set a day up where we just do that.
You want to do like a you want to do like a weekly DMZ run?
We could try DMZ again and just see how it goes, and if it's just like utterly ridiculous, then maybe we should just move on to
Honestly, I think it
one
might
of the other
might be
ones.
fun. But you, I'm gonna leave it on you because I want you, because I'm absolutely happy playing just multiplayer. I'm not super compelled to deviate. But DMZ was fun, and like I would be willing to play DMZ. But there are other options that might be kind of a change up. But I'll leave it up to you. I don't want to play anything you don't want to play. If you don't want to play it, I 100% don't want to.
You traitor.
Are you just thinking?
I am.
How's it working for you?
Okay, I'm not kicking ass for sure. I'm on the bottom.
Still getting used to
we're
it.
near the bottom.
Consequences, asshole.
Yeah, keep it up. Trust me, it's these monsters. You can get like a 3-shot kill pretty much with you on the body with it.
Advantage. Now hold it.
Yeah, it's hard. It's just like any like gun that's not. I mean, semi-autos. You know, you got the 3 kind of guns. You got like the sniper with like a chamber, where it's like really slow, 1 shot, and you gotta reload for like 10 minutes. Then you got the semi-auto where you can just pop, 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 pop like a pistol or a marksman. And then you got the automatics, and they all work way differently. You have to approach every single one of them. In my opinion, with a powerful marksman rifle or semi-auto AR, once you get the feel of it, it's arguably overpowered, unfair to play with. Bound to be nerfed. Shit.
Oh god damn
UAV
it!
inbound.
Grenade incoming.
Yeah, don't worry about being out. I'm getting beaten up too, and you are not on the bottom yet. It's like the bottom.
Hostile.
Respect. Yeah, I'm not doing very well with it right now either, but hang with it. At least hang with it for your challenge.
Hostile.
Hostile sentry turret active.
Oh, they have a doorway in the back building.
Come on. We watched part of a weird movie yesterday. You might have heard of it. It's called Poor Things with William Dafoe and Emma Stone.
Find another way.
I have not heard of this. Poor
It
Things?
was,
Enemy grenade.
Poor Things. Yeah, it's very freaky. Part of it's in black and white. It's super, super like, I don't know. I guess avant-garde would be one word you could use.
I can dig
very
that.
experimental-ish. Dark.
If you remember,
creepy,
can you?
Erotic.
Ooh, okay. Hey, yes.
Don't fight
if
me.
you
maybe in a creepy way.
if you remember, do you think you could send me like a trailer?
Sure. Yeah.
If you remember.
It is
What
over
was the
for
name
us.
of it
All
again?
stations withdraw.
Poor Things.
Okay, right on. So I need to watch creepy movies, dude. You know how many creepy movies I watched today?
Yeah,
None. Zero. Zilch. I don't watch shit.
Yeah, this one did fit the bill. Well, we didn't finish it because it got late, but kind of a quick gist of it is that this William Dafoe is like a mad scientist who I guess his I think it was his girlfriend or maybe it was his wife committed suicide, and she was pregnant at the time, and he brought her back to life by inserting the baby's brain into her brain.
Whoa, what?
Just starts kind of with with Emma Stone in a basically a baby in human form, which you don't know that right away, but
It's so
I'm not
weird.
giving too much away.
Yeah, if you can,
fucking creepy ass.
My intoxication is not gonna facilitate good remembering of this. So if you remember, please, send me that. I've also logged into and put on my top 5 lists for masterclass. I don't know if you've been able to jump into that yet.
Not yet.
These lessons are long. Prepare for that.
Are they?
Oh my god,
no.
insane long. It's okay.
Oh boy.
My top 5, I put Tom Morello talks about electric guitar, Judd Apatow talks about comedy, Steve Martin talks about comedy, Deadmau5 talks about electronic music production, and David Lynch talks about creativity in film.
Wow.
David Lynch one.
Yeah, that's a
pretty good lineup, right?
yeah.
But the David Lynch is the shortest one. It's 3 hours. But the
Domination.
the Judd Apatow's
Classify
the
the AO
longest. It is 6.5 hours long, 32
Taking B.
lessons.
Holy shit! They really put these people to work. Wow.
Hey, it's some. I mean, there's got to be something in there that's useful.
Commencing capture operation.
They obviously didn't like.
Yeah,
They
just
obviously put effort into this.
soft pedal it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this might be really worth watching.
Check your sights.
Good. Glad you found some stuff right away.
Oh, absolutely.
Losing A.
I'm super curious of how, like,
Losing B.
how useful it is. It's gotta be. I mean, like,
Securing Charlie.
I mean, that's a lot of time. You can give us fluff very shortly,
Charlie.
you know,
Enemy KIA.
Securing B.
but you can't give us
Right.
fluff for like 6.5 hours. There's got to be at least a nugget of something good in there.
Exactly. Well, you know, I mean, the people have obviously the credentials. They know what they're talking about. I mean, maybe
Yeah, it's professionals.
doing it their way isn't always the only way, obviously. But you're not gonna come away with, boy, that guy didn't know jack shit.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm gonna sit through the Judge Apatow comedy module, and
Losing Alpha.
Oops.
for 6.5 hours and not learn a single thing. I don't think it's possible.
That would be hard to do, I would imagine. Yeah, right.
B locked down. Taking A.
But there's obviously a lot more, and I might just like look at stuff that like I'm not even like directly super interested in, but might like pique my
Right.
interest at the
Losing
moment.
B.
Yeah. How much is this monthly?
Right.
Do you remember how much it is? Like if I decided
do
to
you-
keep going.
Yeah. So it's like a year subscription is $180, but they had a deal for Christmas time where it was half off.
Taking Bravo underway.
So I
For a year, really?
I got a so I got my subscription for 90 and yours for 90
Oh wow.
and yeah. So I guess if you renew it, though it'll be 180.
Wow,
But
you
you'll
gave
know
me
whether or not you
a
like
year
it
of
and
master
whether it's
class.
worth it.
Alright,
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna have to like. I'll,
Losing Bravo.
I mean,
gift I
that's the
got
only
you-
option. I don't think you could.
I mean, that's
you
a
couldn't
that's
do
a
it for,
really
like,
good
month.
deal. I just need to make it up to you.
No, you don't.
Yeah, well, I do.
Maybe you
And
do.
but it'll start as soon as the package I sent gets to you, which should be soon. It was shipped. It should be on its way. Hopefully there. It says it's gonna be there after me, but it's already been shipped. There's no way. I think it should be there soon. But I hope you like it. Nothing super special, but in my opinion, something wicked cool.
Taking Alpha.
Not special, super cool.
Losing B.
Does that make sense?
I don't know.
Semtex incoming.
I'm not sure.
We'll see. I'll know by your reaction.
It's nothing special, but it's super cool.
Securing Zone
Which is it?
A. Losing
Whoa! All these guys down there.
enemy
Oh,
UAV inbound.
spawn point by A. That would have been great to throw a bomb over there.
Bravo down.
Yeah, the only way I can really express how cool it is just telling you what it is, and I don't want to do that.
Controlling Bravo.
Crimson is taking the objective.
But I gotta get you something else. It's not good.
No.
Dude, don't.
Hostile UAV established overhead.
This was half
We should,
off.
we
You'd
should go
give
see
me,
some
like,
shows or
gifts
something,
for
man. You should let me.
subscriptions
You should let me get you like some tickets to a cool show or something. Go check it out. Anything coming up?
Capturing the objective.
C.
My eyes open. Haven't seen anything lately.
I'll throw some if there's anything coming up. I'll let you know. If anything you might be interested in.
Losing B.
I've been definitely looking into a lot of stuff, but there's a lot of banshee screaming and Cookie Monster growling that I'm not sure you're gonna be into.
Yeah.
If you're ever in the mood
Not
for
my
something
thing.
like that, if you're feeling crazy, still a lot of good like metalcore, deathcore, punk rock, hardcore, all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, it probably
We're
definitely.
losing Charlie.
Sorry. Oh, they're all on C. Phew. Smoke me, are we kidding? Why are we're still spawning on C? Are they really? Are they bullying the shit out of us?
Securing C. Charlie secured. Enemy UAV inbound. Using our visual.
Oh shit! Oh, he got us both, you bastard!
Controlling Bravo.
Tried. I really tried. I was gonna get him.
C. B secured.
Ready. Commencing capture operation.
Nice.
Securing Alpha. Losing Bravo.
Let's make it ours.
Zone A secure.
I am. I do think I want to jump back into Warzone because they're gonna bring Verdansk
Losing
back.
A.
It's like the original map that they had in Warzone, like the very first one. They're like gonna. That's like their big thing. They're like, we're bringing it back, and that is a great map though, and it is fun for Warzone if you are in the mood. And it's a good time.
They're taking
Warzone
all
with this
zones.
movement,
Taking Alpha.
Hmm. Yeah, I didn't thought about that.
Yeah, it's gonna be all rotated. And it might be a lot of fun.
Lockdown A. Taking Bravo underway. Taking all zones.
Yeah, when I think about it, I think the least fun part about Warzone is like the waiting.
Right. Yeah. And then you get stuck in the gulag, and then just like, why?
C.
Just let me start a new game, man.
I mean, getting a chance to get back in's fine, but like having to wait,
Net call.
like even like going into a new game, it's a minute.
We're losing Alpha.
It's not like respawning. It's like where you're like
Right.
you killed it and like you're back in like a half a second later running back into it. Like if you die one time in Warzone, it's like, you know, sit back for a minute because you're not gonna have to hit a button for a minute.
Breaking out rocket launcher.
No Alpha captured. Losing A.
Shit. Their chopper. Yeah, I'm getting shot up by it.
Ready.
Going inside. That chopper's lifting me up.
Securing Charlie. Losing Bravo.
Oh.
Semtex
Losing
incoming.
B.
Contact. Watchdog Kilo.
Shooting the chopper with my SMG. Alright.
Damaged overhead.
That does not work. Putting out something a little stronger.
Zone C.
Enemy watchdog Kilo spotted.
Losing Bravo. We've lost Charlie.
Oh, it went away.
Guess who's back, asshole? I love that line.
Out the gun.
Controlling Bravo. Watchdog Kilo incoming on your location. Taking Bravo underway.
Our orders. Capture the objective.
Lost C.
Enemy off the board.
Securing Zone A.
Crimson 1 taking the objective. Enemy throwing stun.
Securing scout post.
Bravo lost. We're losing Alpha.
Watch out, chopper.
Watchdog Kilo.
You can kill me, I'm just gonna come back, chopper.
UAV inbound. Taking A.
They are holding A like flash depends on it. Respect, to pursue, screw this.
Securing Alpha.
Oh man, what a bloodbath.
Capturing the objective.
Jesus. He's just like on fire. Wow.
Fall back to the
That was a
CCP. We got
beat.
wiped out.
I'm looking at the masterclass webpage and I stopped at it's for some reason it's under the category of personal growth, but there is the art of intelligence with former CIA officers. What am I supposed to learn from this? The art of intelligence. If you ever want to learn how to spy on your neighbors, here's how you do it. On a
For all
multi-billion
those
dollar.
guys who wanted to go into the army and didn't, and they want to feel like they're cool and
The
you
army?
know, or something.
I mean, the CIA. These are like,
Well, or
like we're going to fund
Oh, yeah.
these militias in Iran to overthrow the government. That's like the kind of shit the CIA does.
or
Like-
James Bond wannabes.
Yeah. Or yeah. Or like people who are like, we're like it's CIA. What they mostly do is like fund the enemies of our enemies. Like if they got little like the CIA, they funded the Taliban, or I mean the Mujahideen, which turned into the Taliban. So let's listen to these people. What do they got to say? So how can you what is this category? Personal growth. How can you help me grow personally by telling me how you trained and funded the Mujahideen to fight the Soviet Union. What kind of personal growth can I get from learning how to, like, overthrow Latin American governments and install, like, fascistic leaders?
We got the lead. Now hold it.
Can grow personally.
Confirming kill.
If you have to ask, you obviously need to take this class.
I've got it on my screen right now, ready to click. Ready to click and watch to its entirety. I want to know what these not horrifying humans, what they think and what people should do with their lives.
Five down.
And then right next to it is using ancient wisdom to solve modern problems. So two very useful categories here. If you can't learn how to improve your life through the intelligence agencies of the United States of America, try ancient wisdom, which is pretty vague. Just any old ass wisdom. So I should use like bloodletting.
Jesus.
I've got a problem.
Yeah, that's the best
I've got a
way
physical problem here. Maybe I should like put leeches on myself. That's ancient wisdom. I'm super sassy tonight, dude. I'm sorry. I'll try to turn it down a notch.
No worries. Yeah, they'll bring how to bring polio back.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're about to with RFK Jr. In the White House. He's gonna ban polio vaccines because for some reason him and all the other weirdos and fucking the right wing, it causes autism despite that there's no evidence of that.
Yeah. It all goes back to some stupid article the Lancet published that claimed there was a connection to it and it was just garbage.
Oh yeah. Yeah, was that
And
was
they retracted it, but everyone
you watched that
thinks it's
H-Bomber
all
guy video,
real.
right? Of vaccines?
H-Bomber?
Yeah, the one that you sent to your sister. It was pretty kind of like the absurdist.
It was a while back.
While back, oh yeah. The guy, like a British guy, documentary, talking about like the origins essentially of the
Anti-vax movement. Or...
yeah. It's all based on
Sounds
one
familiar,
study by one doctor. Yeah, because I'll resend it to you. It's worth another watch if you don't remember it. It's H-Bomber guys. I mean, you could probably put him in the top 5 best YouTubers ever. In my opinion.
Hostile UAV established
He
over.
put out a 4-hour video on plagiarism on YouTube, and it made quite a few waves. Some YouTubers like that were featured like left the internet completely. But the one on vaccines is just really good. Really thorough.
Enemy spotted.
But his work on the vaccine documentary was what put him on the path to make the plagiarism video, because someone was blatantly plagiarizing from his research he did. He watched a documentary on anti-vax, and there's this one channel that just plagiarized all of it. and kind of led him into the making that video where he just kind of.
This shit ain't working. We've lost the advantage.
So what did he have to say about plagiarism?
Well, there are YouTubers that are making money. They're like monetized and just like ripping off, just like, and just basically not citing shit, like taking full scripts from other documentaries and like basically like, you know, making it their own. I mean, it's elementary school plagiarism, just plagiarizing shit, and they're just been getting away with it. And he's just like, he's basically what he did was like he was like looking at these YouTubers, and then he would just Google like a section of like the dialogue from their video, and it would usually immediately bring up like a different source, something that they just completely took from, and it's usually word for word. It's just like they just copy paste from an article into the script, which is without citing, which is just plagiarism.
Yeah.
So that's what it is, and like. Yeah, doing his anti-vax research made him discover YouTubers that were just plagiarizing the stuff that he was using for his research.
I don't believe it.
Defeat. Oh, so close.
Pucha. The fuckers had us in a box from the start.
Team top 3.
Red down.
Yeah, many years ago when I had Celebrity Dreams website where I would get people to send me their dreams that they had celebrities, and I would draw a picture of the celebrity and then post the dream. I did one a week. And I did this for like 5 years or something like that. And at one point, I went online, and I don't know if I was Googling my own website or what it was, but some guy had created like a sister website where they just basically had stolen all of the content of my website and then kind of reposted it.
Whoa! What?
Yeah, without the pictures, no drawings were on it. So it was like, what's the point? It was really. I'm gonna have to go after this, actually.
Oh yeah, no problem, no problem. I'm gonna send. You know, actually, I've got. There's a text message. Texting's and autism's measured response. Our guy. Great video, worth a watch, and all of his videos are fantastic.
Awesome. Yeah, but after that experience, I was like, dude, you know, if you put it online, it just seems like everyone just thinks it's theirs.
I mean, well, it's so easy. The laws aren't like up to par. If someone does, but you can, if it's on YouTube or something like that, if someone just like rips off your shit, like you can like, there are processes to like put copyright claims on it, but for the most part, those like get abused by a lot of people. But like, there's a way to be like, if someone just takes your shit and re-uploads it, it's like that's not fair use, violation of copyright. You know what I mean?
Straight.
If someone takes your shit,
straight up
like,
stealing.
if someone like makes a video like that, commenting on your video and like using clips, like that's fair use. Like they can do that. But if they're just like taking your shit and just, you know, putting it back up, that's not legal. And there are ways to try to fight it.
Yeah.
But we're basically still in the Wild West as far as legislation on the internet. And things should get a lot better with Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy at the helm.
Oh God. So speaking of Vivek Ramaswamy, I think I told you a little bit. My niece is engaged to a musician who lives in Chicago. And he makes interesting music. It's not really my cup of tea, but he puts out videos, and he just put one up the other day, or I don't know, maybe a week ago. It's called Topless Ramaswamy, and I saw him at Christmas because he came over.
Oh, right.
And I told him I saw his video. I'm like, yeah, that was pretty trippy or whatever. And he's like, he asked me if I knew about the Ramaswamy video, and I'm like, no, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, I guess there was some video of Vivek Ramaswamy playing tennis without his shirt on or something, and that, I'm not sure if I got the story right, but that may have inspired RFK to do the video where he was doing push-ups without his shirt on. And so the video was kind of, or the song is kind of making light of the whatever. I
Have
don't
you
know.
seen it?
This viral. No, I haven't watched the Vivek Ramaswamy thing that caused it, but apparently it was viral. I've been meaning to look it up, but yeah. So anyway, I'll share the video with you if I find it.
Please, yeah. That'd be awesome.
Vivek. Nut job. Anyway, well, I'm gonna get going, man. So,
Excellent. Hey.
Tomorrow is what, Saturday? Yeah.
Betcha. I'm just gonna keep wasting my time, man, and I'm loving it. As long as I'm drunk, I'm loving it. When I'm not drunk, oh, I'm not loving it. Very sad and depressed.
All right. Well, I hope your experiment of 3 works.
Oh, thank you. It's working tonight. I feel like I will wake up well in the morning. But like I am fighting.
Cool.
I am fighting all of my urges to walk around the corner store and buy a couple more. But I'm gonna stay strong.
Here, yeah. Okay, man. Stay strong. Okay.
Hey, good games. Have a good night. Hit me up anytime tomorrow. I'm so free. My time is so free. I'm getting texts is quite frankly a joy.
Okay. Cool, man.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Good night.
Oh, I'm still streaming. Tom Howard, are you still there? Hi. I forgot I was streaming. I forgot my mic was on. I think I just ripped ass. You heard me farting. I'm sorry. That was really bad. It's pretty gross. Hi, Tom Howard. How's things going down at Bethesda? I mean, I don't know why you're on. I mean, you're like, what, a millionaire probably. I don't know what you're doing going onto my stream saying hi. But hey, love. I'm Howard. What's up? All out, bro. But I don't know why you're saying hi to me in Call of Duty. But if you're still here, hi, Tom Howard. Hi to you. I'm talking right to you, the person who typed shy, then hit enter. I'm talking to that person. I'll try not to rip ass so much on stream with mic on, not knowing that I'm streaming. I forget.
Domination. Another day in paradise, Black Ops.
I like sniping on this map.
Beginning capture.
Secure.
That was a hit, you bitch. God damn it.
Locking down all zones. Take it, C.
Taking this objective.
Bravo locked. Zone Charlie locked down.
Oh, get shot in the head. God damn it.
Enemy throwing stun.
Secure it, C.
Dude, I can't snipe.
Losing A.
My snipe skills are in shit.
All engaged secure. Hold your position.
Oh god.
We lost A.
I can't screw this. I can't quick scope this.
Come
I'm on
on,
the
you're losing
objective.
this fight. Lock it down, Charlie. Control zone C.
Okay.
Losing B. Losing Bravo.
Using
Nice.
butthole.
We're pulling ahead.
Okay. That was a good one.
Taking Alpha. Losing C.
Oh, what?
We lost B. Taking A. Securing zone A. Controlling Bravo.
Expect resistance. Concussion grenade out.
Meh.
Secured. We've taken control. Losing Bravo.
All right, Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope you had a good one. Happy holidays, happy Kwanzaa, happy Arbor
Standing
Day,
at scout post.
happy Asshole Day, happy Ballsack Day. I hope you guys have a good New Year's, too. We got New Year's coming up. Couldn't stay away for too long. Had some stuff that we wanted to talk about. So there is officially a colossal MAGA civil war that just popped off. I believe it started on Christmas. And the dividing lines are Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk versus basically everybody else in MAGA. Now, the big boss man hasn't said a word about it yet. I
Enemy
think that's
shot coming
actually
in.
rather strategic. I don't think he's gonna weigh in on this or wants to weigh in on this, but he's sitting back and watching. So basically what you have are
Cover me.
the
Taking the
libertarian
objective.
tech bros on the right versus the white nationalists on the right. And they are now going at it hard. So Chris, I'll let you lay it out for everybody what's happening.
Yeah, so it all got started by Laura Loomer took issue with some Indian-born tech dude that Trump announced was going to be head of AI. And he had said some things in the past about how he wanted to have more quote-unquote high-skilled immigration. And so she starts freaking out about
Taking
that.
Bravo underway.
And then that triggered pushback from Elon and Vivek and resulted in an absolutely incredible post from Vivek about how in actuality there aren't enough Americans who were talented enough to take these positions, skilled enough to take these positions at tech companies, and that if we want to win again, we need to be basically more like, like a Tiger Mom type of culture. But he took aim directly at like a bunch of 90s era sitcoms, which is...
Don't never do that, bro. You're just asking for it at that point. And remember, he also came to prominence by doing a massive scam.
Right. No, that's how he made... He's a billionaire. That's how he made his billions.
Yes.
He's not a tech guy. He's like...
Bravo underway.
Yeah, he's a scam artist.
This Alzheimer drug patent.
Which had failed 4 different trials.
Correct. And then it's something they're pumped up with.
Exactly. He started bragging, oh, this is the future, oh, we actually have something, we're going to do further testing. You guys need to invest in it now because we swear this is going to be the future. We swear this thing is going to work.
Yeah.
And then, lo and behold, of course, it all blew up. But it was a pump and dump.
Yeah.
And he ran out the back door with all the money.
So before I read this, just truly...
We're losing Charlie.
Chef's kiss, the big Ramaswamy post. The meat of the policy disagreement here is over what's called H-1B visas, which are sort of foreign guest worker permits that tech companies avail themselves of, especially large tech companies, because there's a lengthy process you have to go through. You're supposed to have to prove that there's no American-born worker who can fill the job, and so every year there's a certain number of these visas available. It's like 85,000 that's available a year. Usually they go to Amazon, Google, the big players get a few thousand each. And the Elon Musk of the world, whose primary goal is just like capitalist exploitation, regardless of race or ethnicity.
Have eyes on.
They love this program because it makes those workers fully dependent on that corporation. So if the corporation says, I no longer need you, then you have to leave. You have to leave the country. So lefties have an issue oftentimes with the nature of this program. Even, you know, lefties who support one of those lefties who support foreign immigration, they have an issue with some of the specifics of the program because it is very exploitative. And it makes it so that tech companies can pay these workers less than, you know, they're truly worth, and that does undercut and make the workers more confused and makes it so that they're effectively, in the words of the culture, indentured servants.
That's what I was going to mention.
Yeah.
That Ann Goldberg on Twitter said that this program is basically like indentured servitude, and they have the program in place so they can bring in cheaper foreign workers and have them completely dependent on the company.
Yeah.
By your analysis, what you're saying is that's actually objectively true.
That is true. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I mean, Ro Khanna, you know, who represents Silicon Valley and obviously is like progressive, he supports reforms to the H-1B visa program because he's getting rid of it. But, you know, and it also gets into all this, like, obviously on the right, it gets into all this weird racial stuff. Because you have some segments of the right that are basically, like, Asian supremacists, and they kind of out themselves as one of those.
Right.
And then they're coming into conflict with the portions of the right that are, like, white supremacists, that are like, no, we're the superior race and we should, you know, get all the spoils, et cetera, et cetera. So,
yeah, read some of the posts.
with all of it, that being said, you have to read these posts. This is incredible.
So, and this was unprompted when he said this, right?
Not unprompted. This is after Wheeler started picking this fight over quote-unquote high-skilled foreign-born workers, which, you know, are disproportionately Indian. So this ends up being about, like, Indians and the race
So it's an attempt.
Indian origin.
It's an attempt to dunk on more women. That's basically where this stems from. Okay, gotcha.
Yes. So he says, top tech companies often hire foreign-born and first-generation engineers over native Americans is because of the innate American opportunity deficit, a lazy and wrong explanation. A key part of it comes down to the C-word, culture. Tough questions demand tough answers, and if we're really serious about fixing the problem, we have to confront the truth. Our American culture has venerated mediocrity over excellence for way too long, at least until way too longer. That doesn't start in college, it starts young. A culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math Olympiad champ or the jock over the valedictorian will not produce the best engineer.
Oh, let me just pause you there real quick. What a nerd! You can't do that! This is America! You can't be like, hey, fuck the prom queen, fuck the quarterback of the football team. Yeah. Like, bro, this is no wonder the white nationalists got it, but this is like an arrow straight to the heart of like their own vision. I'll say something maybe controversial here. That's also, he really is just attacking some basic American shit. You're gonna read more in a second. There's one line that I was like, how could you say something like that? I'll let you keep reading. It's the mall one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So he says, a culture that venerates Corey from Boy Meets World.
God damn it.
Or Zach and Slater over Screech in Saved by the Bell. Which, by the way, people pointed out, apparently, Zach Morris got
Gotta hire SAT.
Or Stefan, is that what it is? Over Steve Urkel in Family Matters. Will not produce the best engineer.
By the way, nobody put Stefan over Steve Urkel. The show was about Urkel. Stefan was in like 5 episodes. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
I couldn't even remember.
Oh, this is so confused. This is a real mask off moment. This is a real mask off moment.
Oh, yeah.
Because the sense of this is very like, fuck Americana, right?
Well,
like, that's the sense of it.
It's that, and it's also the sense of like he was like a nerdy, awkward kid who got rejected by the cool kids.
And so he did a fucking pump and dump and became a billionaire.
Right, and so he, you know, comforted himself. And there's a lot of this with Elon as well. These people that just like venerate like quote unquote IQ, which also starts to flirt with a lot of eugenicists.
It's such pseudoscience too. I hate the fucking IQ obsessed people.
Absolutely.
It's like as if that one test can tell you in every dimension somebody's intelligence. Like, we all know people who are fucking brilliant in one specific area and not so much in other areas. And like, everybody has their own strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
And the idea that one test can sort of like just objectively break it, that's so fucking stupid.
Yes, indeed. All right, we're going to continue with this because it's incredible. Fact. I know multiple sets of immigrant parents in the 90s who actively limited how much their kids could watch those TV shows precisely because they promoted mediocrity, and their kids went on to become wildly successful STEM graduates. more movies like Whiplash, fewer reruns of Friends, more math tutoring, fewer sleepovers, more weekend science competitions, fewer Saturday morning cartoons, more books, less TV, more creating, less chillin', more extracurriculars, less hanging out at the mall.
You're going to attack hanging out at the mall in the United States of America. That was our whole fucking childhood, was at the fucking mall.
The other thing is, okay, also, I mean, obviously these preferences are 30 years dated.
True,
right?
of course.
Okay.
But it's right in our wheelhouse, where it's like, now I feel like you're attacking me.
Yeah, but that's the other thing, is like, actually, the culture was better when there was like
100%.
a mall hangout culture and these sitcoms that were kind of like universally
By the way,
harmless and sweet, by the way.
Well,
they had some sort of like a moral message or whatever.
That's why this makes absolutely no sense. You go back and watch episodes of Family Matters or Boy Meets World or any of the TGIF shows, or like all of it, underlying it is just like a basic human decency and morality and like liberal values of like treat other people fairly, etc.
Yeah.
The shit on that is like,
got hooked on caffeine pills. Like that really taught me a lot about substance abuse. And you know, I think that's part of why I've had the success in my life I have. Anyway, most normal American parents look skeptically at those kinds of parents. More normal American kids view those kind of kids with scorn. If you grew up aspiring to normalcy is what you will achieve. Now close your eyes and visualize which families you know in the 90s or even now who raise their kids according to one model versus the other. Be brutally honest. Normalcy doesn't cut it in a hyper-competitive global market for technical talent. And if we pretend like it does, we'll have our asses handed to us by China.
this is the most elitist shit I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
This is so elitist. This is like accept the dog-eat-dog cutthroat world of global capitalism and try to fit into the machine as best you can. In other words, like, you serve the economy doesn't serve you.
Right. And even darker than that is like, not just for yourself. You can do better from the time your kids come out of the womb. Every minute of their time had better
Got my
be
rhythm,
spent
bitch.
on math tutoring. Friends, sleepovers? No. Hanging out at the mall, enjoying some like mass-produced content? No. They need to be doing their tutoring. They need to be at the math Olympiads. They need to be trained to become better cogs in the machine for the capitalist overlords like Elon Musk, if they're going to make it. That's what this is about. This is your worth is only as much as your market value is. You don't bring anything to the table except whatever, you know, Elon Musk thinks that you're worth, however primed you are for being like, you know, useful in this exploitative way, in this exploitative system. It's really, I mean, it really is an incredible, outside of the, I mean, this is, as many people also pointed out, the way he's talking about white American culture is how conservatives very commonly talk about, like, black American culture or Hispanic culture, usually black culture. And then, so he uses that same frame and now applies it to white American culture and is basically asserting here that Asian American culture is superior and needs to be emulated, and obviously that didn't go over terribly well.
And he has the nerve to pretend most of the time like he's anti-elitist, right?
Yeah.
This is the most elitist shit I've ever heard in my life.
Totally. And it's just, the other thing is, so there's so much to say about this because there have been a lot of very clear ideological just fissures within this weird coalition that Trump had this time. And, you know, some of it is hard to put your finger on because what the fuck does Trump even believe or stand for? Like, he's not a really ideological person. But Trump has run on this, you know, I'm looking out for non-college educated, like non-elite class. That's how he positions himself. And they truly have achieved this very dramatic realignment where now non-college educated voters are, regardless of race, you know, overall, if you look at the overall numbers, more likely to vote Republican. He won for the first time voters who are making less than $50,000 a year. And so in the face of that education realignment, to have Vivek come in and basically be like, if your kids aren't on an Ivy League track from the time they're 2 years old, like you failed as a parent and we're failing as a nation, is really, I mean, that really is directly at odds with the way Trumpism has been sold since 2015.
But here's the thing. Elon and Vivek are effectively going to win this policy battle within the Trump administration, I think. Because this is the direction the capital cuts, and Trump is effectively ruled by capital.
Well, here's the thing too. So it's it's David Sachs has already been made czar of like AI and crypto or something like that, and Elon and Vivek have been given this whole of government mandating, but Elon put in $250 million into this campaign, and all these MAGA people like. Elon's ideology is very easily attainable. Like, it's not hard to know what he stands for and what his goals and what his class interests are. It's something I've been talking about, you've been talking about. Like, it's all out there.
He's a robber baron. He's a robber baron.
And he's got a shop fan of, like, Javier Milei.
I don't throw capitalism for thee, but not for me. I get government subsidies. I get corporate welfare. I get to do whatever I want. I can loot the treasury, but for you...
Right.
Suck it up and try to earn it in the free market where, everybody will make lower wages and have no fucking health care and be living in tenement housing shortly and they'll bring back child labor and all that shit.
Yeah, and Trump has been willing to totally change his views to suit this crowd. So,
But I think he's always believed this to one extent or another, Trump.
He has this very, like, eugenicist adjacent idea, like IQ obsession and that sort of thing, too.
But I'm also just talking about the anarcho-capitalist worldview mixed with that's for you but not for me. That's always been Trump. He's not taxing the rich, he deregulated.
He does believe in tariffs, I think. And
that's true.
Very much at odds with Elon.
Yeah.
And then, there are certain things that he completely flipped on. So crypto is a primary example where he used to say crypto was a scam to undermine the dollar.
And I was right.
Now he wants to do this Bitcoin, which is just a blatant giveaway.
And that's because he took money from these crypto assholes, and that's why he flipped. Same with the banning of TikTok.
Yes.
Now, I don't want TikTok banned, to be clear, but he was for banning it, and then after...
Yeah,
that Jeffrey Yapps dude gave him a shitload of money.
So I think you're right. I think the deal has already been struck here. And we know that because when Trump was on the All In podcast, which is like, David Sachs and whoever, there's a Jamal Polyopathy and Jason, whatever his last name is. Anyway, those dudes, it's like the tech bro podcast. He said that he wanted to increase the amount of, he said the thing that Hillary Clinton used to say of like, when you graduate from a college year, they should staple the green card to your diploma. And the reason I know that is because Sagar took really close note of that. Sagar being a, like, extreme immigration restrictionist, noted right away, like, oh, Trump told them what they wanted to hear, this issue that's very important to this tech bro universe of increasing quote-unquote high-skilled immigration, because they like the ability to, pay workers less and have them at their beck and call, etc. So Trump already caved on this and announced it months ago. And that's the other part that's really noteworthy is like, Laura Loomer didn't have shit to say about it then when it was Trump saying it, because it can never be like Trump that's the problem, right? So it's Vivek, it's Elon, etc. But Trump has himself said, he didn't say this weird like 90s sitcom stuff that Vivek said, but he has taken this very same policy position and nobody in MAGA had a word to say about it.
And now Elon has been melting down hardcore on the time. So he's entered these Twitter spaces under his alt account, and he actually debates people using his normal voice.
Well, apparently, one thing I was reading is when he slows down his speech, he has some sort of a voice like modulator or whatever that makes his voice sound different. But when he gets too animated and talks too quickly, it doesn't keep up. And so then it just sounds like his voice.
Yeah.
There's this weirdness where sometimes he sounds weird and different, and sometimes it's just Elon.
Do you have any of Elon's tweets up or no?
No, I can pull some up.
Yeah, go ahead. And because, guys, he's debating these like outright white nationalist Nazi types in these Twitter spaces, and it's one of those like you reap what you sow moments. like you fucked around and you found out you cultivated this colossal following of MAGA types, and some of them, the mask is slipping on. Some of them didn't even bother to put on a mask in the fucking first place. And then now you say the thing about immigration, and they're like, did you think we would make an exception when it comes to immigrants because they make more money? It's like, no. To them, it's like, we want to keep America white, and they are open about that fact. So, like, fuck you. So now you see all these... And it's funny, because I was going after Elon Musk before it was cool. I was the one tweeting, deport this robber baron immigrant welfare queen, right? And now you see the right flank of MAGA they're now using Grok and other things like that to make pictures of Elon in the most humiliating scenario possible. I won't go into any specifics, but like everybody's seemingly catching up to that, and he's responding to that in the worst possible way because it's like in a moment like this, for those of you who aren't in this space, you wouldn't understand, but just don't read it.
Scout posts.
Like, don't read the criticism. Just go fucking touch grass, as the kids say, and you'll be all right. But he can't help himself. He's addicted to the internet, and he's massively autistic. And so he goes down these rabbit holes, and now he's basically fighting on the TL with anybody and everybody. And by the way, Elon decided to retaliate against Laura Loomer and a bunch of other conservative commentators who were disagreeing with him and take away their blue check marks and take away their ability to make money on X. Like, he's doing the shit. This is what he does. This is what the robber baron bitch does. Is he acts like he's all about free speech. The second he crosses him, he turns fully authoritarian. This is Javier Milei. That's what Javier Milei did. Oh, all about freedom, all about free speech. Oh, are there massive protests in the streets? Let's send the police to crack down on the protests, crack some skulls, and lock these people up. Total fucking fraud. Total fraud. But what's beautiful is that now there's a lot of people on the right realizing it, and they've turned on Elon, and I'm enjoying it for one. Completely.
Yeah, it's like...
Of course, yeah, let them fight.
So that account is called Autism Capital.
This guy's
says that pretty much sums it up. This was eye-opening. So the Autism Capital guy tweets. So basically, the right split into two factions. Tech right and right right. And the tech right is like, hey, we need H-1B visa people to do the jobs. And the right was like, no, we need to hire Americans. And the tech right is like, but you guys are retarded.
We're losing Charlie.
And the right is like, well, you don't do this. And the tech right is like, you can't out-train being retarded.
Get down.
And while all this was going on, you learned some people really don't like Indians, and that's what Elon replied. That pretty much sums it up.
So he's saying Americans are retarded. He's saying Americans are retarded, and you can't do these jobs.
You're too retarded to do these jobs.
No, he really does have a eugenicist worldview.
He does.
And just like Trump,
with South Africans.
Just like Trump, he thinks everything is innate. That culture and environment and society doesn't have an impact. It's just you are what you are at birth. Period.
Losing Bravo.
Yeah. And that's so fucking stupid. So fucking stupid. Yeah. Obviously, almost everything is a mix of nature and nurture.
Well, I was just remembering during the election campaign, Elon tweeted this meme that shows like, the bell curve of IQ. And so the was the people down here who were like extremely low IQ, and then these people out here like him presumably who were like extremely high IQ.
Securing
enemy mine.
I don't know why no one took offense to that at the time, because it's like he obviously thinks the bulk of you are in this like extremely like low IQ portion of the bell curve, and he's just using you as a means to his end. That's what it is. And what has he accomplished so far? They were, had this bill negotiated in Congress, bipartisan bill. It's supposed to fund the government and do a lot of stuff. The funding kids' cancer research. There were genuinely like positive priorities that were included in there, and it was all going smooth sailing. The Republicans had agreed, the Democrats agreed, blah blah blah. And then Elon decided to roll a bit over it and change the bill, and lo and behold, what gets pulled out, not only those things that I just mentioned, which were good things, but this provision, which would have limited high-tech investment in China.
That's why he did it.
Would have directly impacted him.
That's why he did it.
Some AI research. So you tell me why we didn't the bill, and then suddenly, even though it was, kind of had a lot of the same contours, etc., that when it comes back and it doesn't have the China bullshit, then he's good with it.
Yeah, he's good with it. That's why he did it, because he's a robber baron. He cares about profit above all else, and he's using MAGA, he's using Trump towards those ends, and it's even more nefarious because he wants to cut Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid, and so is fucking Vivek Ramaswamy. And here's this guy lecturing everybody about hard work and culture, and he made his money through a fucking pump and dump scam. Yeah. So do me a favor and www.shutit.com. Nobody gives a fuck what you have to say. And now even MAGA's turning on you. But the thing is, this is what pisses me off, is everybody knew the thing, or they should have known the thing about Vivek Ramaswamy and how he made his money. the scams he ran, but they didn't care back when he was saying things they agreed with. And there were a lot of talk about this on Twitter, that there was a time where seemingly he was against these H-1B visas, and then now he seemingly flips. You can say it's a little more complicated than that, like he was sort of covering his ass and talking about it both sides of his mouth about it.
My impression is that he was saying things like, we need to blow up this system, but what he really meant was like, blow it up and make it so that there's more of these types of workers coming in, but just through a somewhat different system than exists currently.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is like, the idea that, well, high-skilled immigrants, it's like saying, yeah, oh, we love immigrants, but only in the tech sector. That's it. For our industry, for our business, we want immigrants. But, you know, for other sectors where there's a lot of immigrants working, no, we don't need that.
Well, and none of it is about, you know, anything other than
their bottom line. Exactly.
Their bottom line.
Their whole fucking problem.
It's not like they care for these immigrants. They want to exploit them.
Right.
And, you know, that's the bottom line. And so they're happy to throw any group under the bus because that's when, like, you don't get to be a billionaire without the ability to engage in those exploitative practices. And same thing with, you know, there's all this talk of Trump and his outreach to labor and someone at the Department of Labor who voted pro-act and slightly less bad on union issues than every other Republican. Elon hates labor unions. I mean, he is a union investor.
Him and Trump were laughing about that together on the phone call, remember?
Like, chuckling about how he's firing striking workers. He is right now challenging the constitutionality of the National Labor Relations Board, which just, you know, if that agency was killed, then it could effectively decimate any hope of union organizing. He thinks unions should be illegal. So again,
triggering scout posts.
Trump is not a very ideological figure, and a lot of what he says is bullshit, so it's hard to say like where the lines are exactly. But Elon is totally different ideologically than how Trumpism was sold. And this is really kind of the tip of the iceberg here. But what I would say is, like, I don't know what you thought you were getting.
You made it look easy.
Number one, just as a matter of principle, whether it's Elon or Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos, whatever the fuck billionaire is out there, like, don't hand your government over. Don't delightedly. And they were delighted. They were delighted to have Elon on their side. They were delighted by Elon. They were delighted. Remember all those memes they were showing of, like, Elon as some superhero next to Trump and whatever. Like, MAGA was so happy to have him involved. And it's like, guess what?
Practice is over.
He's a billionaire. He's interested in his own ideology, in his own self-interest, and he does not give a fuck about you or Donald Trump for that matter. He gives a fuck about Elon. That is it. So as a matter of principle, you need to oppose having these billionaires have so much control over government. Because whether it's this issue or another, he is not going to have your best interest at heart. And his power is effectively completely unchecked. I mean, he's outside any sort of a representative, you know, system where there could be any sort of democratic check on his power. So it's a very dystopian place to be.
That's why the capitulation to Doge was so sad, right? You see these Democrats joining the Doge caucus, and it's like, you are agreeing in principle that there should be this agency of the government run by the world's richest man who's a robber baron, and whatever he makes, the decisions he makes about government efficiency are legitimate and should be discussed. Why the fuck should his opinions be taken seriously in the realm of what's supposed to be a democracy?
Well, it's the total opposite, because his opinions should be the last thing we consider, because he has such so many conflicts of interest.
Correct.
I mean, this is one of the Pentagon's largest contractors.
Right.
He is embroiled in regulatory disputes with multiple agencies just right now as we speak. He's been accused by the SEC of insider trading, securities fraud. All of these things are swirling, and you're going to put him in a position to hurt his competitors, give himself more contracts, you know, cut any of the regulatory agencies that might go after him and his company's been accused of, you know, discrimination and labor violation, all kinds of stuff. And he can just effectively, like, slash and burn anything that might possibly create his power, and that's always been his goal, and that's always been totally circular.
Well, I'll just say, I'm really hoping that he keeps melting down, he keeps humiliating himself, that does the same, and I'm hoping Trump gets wise about this. Because he is known, like, The second he needs a fall guy, that fall guy can be fucking anybody. And if he sees an opportunity, if he sees an opening, if something goes wrong and he gets to say, it was Elon, it was Vivek, he will 100% do it. And I'm just hoping that day comes sooner, and then maybe he'll actually get deported, which is what I want to see. I want to see the immigrant welfare queen robber baron get deported and humiliated.
But, the last thing I'll say about this is, I mentioned before, Trump had said the same shit about H-1B visas before, and they had nothing to say about it. And so even if he does move forward with with the policy that Elon would like to see, all the same people are going to be running cover for him. Oh, it's not his fault. That's Elon. And that's what they always do. Like, they never come after him, right? Because he's the one who accepted the $250 million and gave Elon and Vivek this post and made them so incredibly influential.
To be fair, in his mind, he could have thought this was a way of sort of getting them off his ass, right? Because it's not an actual government position. It's sort of made up.
Yeah,
and in his mind, he could be thinking go play in the corner. You fucking freak.
I don't buy that at all. I mean, you don't put $250 million into a presidential election and get nothing out of it.
But now President Mustang is getting under Trump's skin. You gotta admit that. President Mustang is getting under his skin. Yeah, and there was he already said it some future days. He already said something that was like, Elon can't be president. You wanna know why? Because he wasn't born here. And to me, that sounded almost like a shot across the bow. Like, if you overstep your boundary again, I might actually. But the thing is,
this is convenient for him. If Elon and Vivek take the heat for this H-1B visa stuff or other unpopular things, and he gets to pretend it's their fault and gives all his sycophants people to blame that aren't him, which is what they always do. Maybe it's convenient for him.
Yeah, well, like you always say, wherever he goes is where they go. He is the needle. He gets to do whatever, and then they will play catch up and be like, I agree. But he's the only one that can get away with that.
Yeah.
Right? But I actually think he ideologically does agree with the idea of bringing in more high-skilled immigrants and stuff.
Yeah, so he uses a lot of guest workers, foreign-born guest workers at his properties. It's not, I don't think it's H-1B visas, but it's another guest worker program. He obviously uses it. J.D. Vance is an interesting one here too, because on the one hand, he would never speak in quite the language that Vivek did, but in the other hand, Hillbilly Elegy is also basically an indictment of white non-college culture. That's kind of the core of the book is
I hate these people so much. Yeah, that movie, Hillbilly Elegy, was the most elitist shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
It was so fucking elitist. It was so classist.
Yeah.
It was this idea of you guys are a fucking mess. You gotta fucking get it together.
Right.
As opposed to looking at the systemic reasons why you've had a decline in place, in these former factory towns that have been destroyed by globalization.
Yeah.
Right?
Because the tech bros, the Peter Thiels of the world, whoever, they wanted him on the ticket. That's how he ends up on the ticket. And so he has kind of a similar ideology. He's married to an Indian woman also, which, makes this whole thing even more interesting. But on the other hand, he also has this shtick about, this, pseudo anti-capitalist rhetoric that he'll use about American workers and, it's a little bit contradictory, and his focus on
go right along with the
family and community and whatever. But yeah, I think that's why he's there.
Oh yeah.
They think he's an ally to whatever it is that they want to do, and he himself is a Wall Street dude.
These people are such frauds because they're so elitist in every imaginable way, and they're tied to Wall Street and venture capital and all that sort of shit. But they try to pretend like they're the everyman, right? And then there's lefties like us who, I fucking love Boy Meets World. I love them all. We eat McDonald's all the time. We go to our fucking kids' soccer game all the fucking we're living the most American fucking life ever. But they found a way to twist it and try to pretend like we're the elitist ones and they're not. It's bitch, you did a pump and dump scheme. You're tied to venture capital. You're tied to Wall Street. You got all these fucking opinions that are so elitist. Not to throw them under the bus. It's a similar dynamic with Sagar too. Sagar is very sort of high society type dude. The way he dresses, the trips he goes on. And it's I get on a plane once every fucking 2 years, and I hate it every time I go. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people need to understand the actual populace are the lefties who are actually trying to improve working conditions for people, trying to protect Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid, not trying to outsource your job, but they don't fucking work.
This may be the first of many experiences of, like, you know, the record-facing thing of, like, oh, you know, on the one hand, from the Elon and the vague perspective, like, oh, I didn't think a bunch of people were, like, you know, thirsting to deport every immigrant, would want to deport the immigrants I like, right? And then from the sort of, like, base perspective, like, when you invited the billionaire, the richest man on the planet into the coalition, you didn't think that was going to have any policy ramifications in terms of what his interests were going to be. And this will be the first of many examples. I mean,
Medicare and Social Security is going to be the next one because Trump was very clear, I'm not going to cut Medicare, I'm not going to cut Social Security. And every single donor to him, every person around him, and every Republican politician is chomping at the bit to cut those things first and foremost. They're not going to cut the fucking Pentagon. They're not going to cut Elon's corporate welfare, which means what's left? The social safety net,
right.
Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. And so my guess is Trump is going to go along with that and he's going to spin it as we're reforming the system to save it, even though it'll just be cuts.
I read this very sad article in Washington Post, I think, about Newcastle, Pennsylvania, which is a place I actually know decently well. I spent a little bit of time there, and it's very economically depressing. It's this kind of steel town, Pennsylvania, whatever, huge economic decline, and very high rates of poverty there. And for the first time since Eisenhower, they narrowly voted for a Republican, Trump, this time in the election. And lots of people there who are on food stamps and, you know, various different social safety net type programs, and so they went, and it's an overwhelmingly white city too. It's sort of like, you know, ethnic white, former waves of immigration settled in this town. Anyway, so they went, they interviewed these people, and they were like, you know, what do you think about the way getting Elon around here? Like, we want to slash $2 trillion from the government budget, and they're taking in these social safety net programs. And it was a real mix of responses. Some people were like, oh, we fully understand, like, the poor people put them in there, and he would never take something away from us.
Fell for it again award.
Yeah, exactly. And then some other people were just like, oh, I'm not sure, I'm getting a little nervous about it. But yeah, that'll be the next like sad awakening, because clearly they have their eyes set on slashing and burning the government. It's a long-time right-wing like Koch brothers project, and Elon is just like the new version of that ideological project. There's really nothing new.
So we'll hold down the left flank and keep absolutely humiliating and shitting on Elon Musk because he deserves every single goddamn word, and I'll put it out there to MAGA as well. You can keep doing the same thing, because I'm enjoying him losing his position atop the mountain, right? Because he never fucking deserved it. He's a robber baron, welfare queen, and I really hope he gets deported. I don't think that's going to happen, but nonetheless, I'll still keep tweeting about it on here.
Close it down.
Welcome to Bad Gear, the show about the world's most hated audio tools. We have reached the era of analog baroque, an awe-inspiring abundance of ornate Euro-rec equipment. The return of colossal polys, and consumers are overwhelmed by the baskets of music tech, fruit and flowers offered to us almost on a daily basis. Today we are going to talk about the Monotribe. This ribbon controller-based analog groovebox was, together with Korg's own Monotrons, one of the first mass-market instruments to herald the analog renaissance that defined the music production landscape of the 2010s. After the digital feature overload of the 90s and noughties, and given the minimalist design of the 2011 Monotribe, people might have asked themselves, What are we supposed to do with it? Actually make music?
At the first glance, the Mono Tribe is ticking all the boxes. A respectful nod to Korg's mostly digital Electribe line, a utilitarian yet oddly stylish retro user interface, and a ribbon controller with too many black keys for my taste. The announcement of the instrument must have felt like an alien landing back in the days. Noisy mono output, 8-step sequencer,